I has a disappoint. Jeff and Philly. You're talking to Eric and V.
What's up? What's up, Eric and V?
How's it going?
Jeff, man. Talked to you guys before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wait.
You'll recognize me later.
Were you the guy that yelled and I hung up on?
I hope not. I don't think so. No, we had a pretty good conversation last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
What do you want to talk about?
You know abiogenesis, right?
Yep.
I know the concept of it.
Okay. What about biogenesis?
Well, let's first, abiogenesis is life from non-life, right? We can talk about what happens after life started and the evolutionary theory of evolution by natural selection and all of that. But abiogenesis is not evolution. It is the beginning of life. How it got there?
Yeah, but like you said, it's life coming from non-life, right?
Yeah. So what is biogenesis?
You're not familiar with that.
Help me. Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so biogenesis is life coming from pre-existing life from life.
So everything after abiogenesis.
Yeah.
Well, you have to prove abiogenesis. I don't think that's ever been proven or been established.
Well, I mean, we know that there was a time when we weren't around.
There have been many lab experiments where life came from non-life, left by itself, under conditions that replicated what the Earth would be like when that was supposed to happen.
It depends on what you classify as life, but yeah, when you're talking about chemical interactions in complex ways.
Becoming proteins, becoming the building blocks, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, but
what about
regardless, even if we threw that out, life. So hold on just a second.
Okay.
What is going on here?
I don't know. There's an audience member who's making a scene.
We're being told that. Anyway.
Continue.
Yeah, abiogenesis, life from non-life. Oh yeah, we know that there was a time when there were not humans, right? We know that there was a time when there was not life, and then at some point life happened, and now we're here.
But humans.
So.
Okay.
Somewhere along that
humans
process.
Aren't the only. If you just think that humans are the only life, then probably you can make that assertion. But if there's life beyond human life.
Well, there's bacteria, there's plants, there are tons of things that are alive. We can even get way down to the single-celled organisms.
I think that everything that we see now comes from life itself. Life itself is the proof that there's God, because without life, we wouldn't have anything.
That is
what I believe life is. Okay. Does a tautology mean something is wrong? Does that mean it's false if it's a tautology?
No. It just means that it points back to itself. So you're saying without life, we wouldn't have life. It's kind of a nowhere statement. Yeah, it's kind of a nowhere statement.
Well, I don't think it's nowhere. I think it's very much enlightening. I really do.
Well, how do you define life? Because by biological
consciousness.
Wait, so things that aren't conscious aren't alive?
What about like trees?
Trees, bacteria, viruses? Do you think they're conscious, or do you think they're not alive?
I don't think viruses are alive either.
Oh, fair.
I don't believe that they're, but I could be wrong about this, but I don't think they're conscious like humans are conscious.
Okay, so
I believe that the consciousness that we experience as humans, that particular type of consciousness is the original life that everything else comes from.
Okay, so you think dogs come from humans? Do you think
dogs come from humans?
Yeah, you said the consciousness in humans.
No.
Is the life that everything comes from. You see, Jeff, what's going on? The problem here is that you're saying a whole lot. Do you know what a deepity is?
Yeah, I'm saying a lot of deepities. Yeah,
you are saying a lot of deepities. Now, I want to get specific.
I think I've heard you. I heard you mention that, but go ahead and define that for me so I'm clear.
Sure. A deepity was coined by Daniel Dennett as something that sounds very profound, but when you look at it, it doesn't really mean anything, right? Like his example is love is just a word. Well, you can sit there and wax poetic about it all day long, but what are you really getting out of it? Another deepity
Eric,
that I like to point out is, hold on, a deepity from the Bible that I like to point out is faith is the evidence of things hoped for and the, what is it?
Substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen.
There we go. Substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. But if you use that definition for faith, it doesn't work. It's not an actual functional definition.
For me, it is. It's very profound to me.
Well, getting something to be profound, that's great. But is it actually helping you understand the world? Are you using it in a way other than, wow, that's super cool, dude? Like, I don't...
Wait.
Oh, yeah. It has practical application for me.
Okay. So you're talking about life, right? Let's zero in on life. What is life?
I still want to, I want to get back to that because... You're talking about abiogenesis, right? Which is, we start out with abiogenesis, not with humans, right? And then you're using a counter.
No, I don't believe in abiogenesis. I don't think that's possible.
Okay, well, with the concept, regardless of whether or not you believe it, the concept is that life started out not in human form, correct? The concept says this. When your counter is that life comes from life, but you're only talking about conscious life. So where did all the rest of life come from?
No. I said everything. I didn't say just conscious life.
But you said you defined life as consciousness.
Right. The reason that I'm doing that is because I'm talking about what we share in as human beings.
But that doesn't have anything to do with the start of the universe or life on the planet, right?
Yeah. Or
we can talk about how we're both conscious and how that works and how it's cool. We can have a conversation and I'm right there with you. But that's not going to give us any information about how life started.
Do you want information about how life started or not?
Well, let's zero in just a little bit. I think he's absolutely right that if you want to say that life is consciousness the way that we experiencing it, or the way we experience it, then you are throwing out all non-conscious things as not being alive. So, do you want to take that part out of your definition? Yes or no? You can, and that's okay.
No.
You don't want to take that part out of it.
No,
so trees are not alive.
No, because what I'm saying is consciousness is the source, right? Not our consciousness, but
consciousness is the source of what?
Everything.
Of everything. Consciousness is the source of everything.
Then why aren't trees conscious?
Yes.
Right, so
if your argument is that a conscious life form of some kind created all of this life and that's why we have consciousness, why doesn't all life have consciousness?
You're granting a life form.
I'm granting a lot here.
Yeah, I don't even want to get there. I'm just the idea of consciousness somehow spawning physical things. Why are you tiptoeing around the fact that you don't think it's just consciousness? You think it's your God?
Oh, like I said, the Creator.
Okay,
I believe is God.
Cool. Who created God?
That consciousness.
Didn't a consciousness have to create God then?
No, because God, by definition, is uncreated.
Cool. Abiogenesis, by definition, is life from non-life.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of them requires magic, the other doesn't. So I'm going to go with the one that doesn't require magic.
Let me clarify and make sure I'm understanding you. So my God is a conscious creator, and you're saying that you won't call it God, you'll call it abiogenesis, and that's the origin of everything. Abiogenesis.
No,
abiogenesis is the origin of life on this planet. Do you think that rocks came about by abiogenesis? I don't. Do you think that this planet Earth came about by abiogenesis? Well, no. Or the sun, or the positions of all of the other stars in the sky? No. So again,
that's not what I believe.
Good, because you're using really broad generalizations, and that's throwing us off.
No, the point I think Eric's trying to make is that if you're just going to define your God into existence as something that can't be created and therefore doesn't need an explanation, then why not just accept the definition of abiogenesis as the fact that it's defining life coming from non-life? We can throw around definitions that contradict each other all day, but that's all you're giving us is a definition that you've come up with.
Well, I think it's just logical, V and Eric, with all due respect.
How is it logical?
Life, huh?
How is it logical? Please give me a logical argument, Jeff.
Yeah, death, I don't think it's logical to say that death brings about life.
Okay.
I don't think that's logical.
I think if you were to write that out as a P and a Q, if this, then that, therefore whatever, I don't think that's going to fit. Do you know how to put together a logical argument? Because it's okay to say I'm, doing my best, but you're using a term that actually has meaning. And if you want to use it, then please use it the right way. Use logic. It's fantastic. But don't say it's logical and then not know what it is.
Oh, I didn't know I was doing that. I thought I was being very logical.
No worries. You can actually take logic as a class, and you can apply logic mathematically, which is how you get to computers. Either a thing is or it isn't, right? You're moving through conditional statements. All of those things are contingent upon definitions that we've agreed upon, or an understanding of a thing being consistent. Those things are how we build up. Yeah.
Eric, are you saying that my thinking, as far as when I'm saying that I don't think it's logical to think that from death will come life, but it's more logical to think that from life will come life? You're saying that's not a logical thought process?
No, it's not. Because...
Why?
Well, sure. Because can something alive come from something dead? Well, I've definitely seen bacteria, gather on things, but those were already around, right? If we want to talk about life coming from life, yeah, I've seen people born, but what we're doing is we're so generalized that we've gone nowhere. Also,
there's a difference between non-life and death.
Yeah.
If we're being technical about it.
That's true. Rocks aren't dead. Which is fair. You're so...
Not that we came from rocks.
No, but you're so broad, with your brush that you're going over all of the lines that you're trying to point out. We've got to get specific, and we've got to get very clear on what we're talking about so that we can get the point across. Life coming from death, does it sound better? Does it feel better? Does truth ever care about your feelings? No. Can something be uncomfortable and true? Absolutely. I just look at the Holocaust. It's fucking horrible, right? That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. We have to face a whole lot of really bad facts. But what we do is we look at the evidence. We don't say, does it feel more like this or more like that? Because when you do that, you're throwing logic out. That is not logic.
Well, check evidence, the evidence that we have before us and that is demonstrated for all of recorded history is that life comes from life. We can all affirm that and observe it and see it demonstrated.
And you're not talking about abiogenesis. Again, you're talking about something coming from something already existing that's alive. We understand that. We see, progenitors and future generations. We're not arguing with you that we came from our parents.
Contrast is biogenesis versus abiogenesis.
No, the contrast, no, Jeff, the contrast is your claim versus not your claim. Do you understand the difference?
My claim is biogenesis is true.
No, do you understand the difference between a claim and not that claim? Or not a claim and its opposite. So let's use the gumball analogy. I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but have you heard the gumball analogy, Jeff?
I think, yes, I've heard it several times, and I'm not sure if I completely understand the
Sure.
point of that.
It helps when you're in it. So let's say that V walks in, you and I are sitting in a room, and V sets down this jar of gumballs. And you know that I've never seen it. I know you've never seen it. But we're both looking at it, and V says, you know, I want you to tell me if the number of gumballs in this jar is even or odd. Well, you and I both know we haven't counted. You know I haven't counted. I know you haven't. But I look at this jar and I say, it's an even number of gumballs. I know it for a fact. Do you agree with me?
If I trust you, I might.
But you know that I'm doing that without having counted them. So.
If you don't know, then I'm gonna go with you don't know.
Whoa, hold on a second. Hold on a second. But the two options are even and odd. Shouldn't you, if you don't agree with me, aren't you saying that it's odd?
First of all, I don't know if it's even or odd in that gumball thing. Right. And you're saying that that it is even or it's odd. Is that what you're saying?
So what I'm saying is your point.
Are you saying that it's even or odd in the gumball?
So the reason
I'm asking you.
Yes.
You saying that?
In this analogy, okay. Yes, I'm saying it's even, and I know it for a fact. Even though you know.
Okay, so okay. So you're saying it's either even or you're saying it's just to say you're saying it's even. Okay, mm-hmm. I'm coming in a situation I don't know. Now, if you say it's even, I can't agree with that because I don't know if you put the gumballs in there. If you have the knowledge of what it actually is,
right.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I have to, if you did know it and you told me, I would have to trust that what you're telling me is true if you had the truth of what was actually in there.
Right, but if you know that I never counted it, then we're both kind of in the same boat, right?
Oh, then you'd be just like me. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know either.
You're right, but one of us is having the honesty to say I don't know, and the other's making the claim, right?
Here, let's add another thing to this equation, can we?
Well, hold on. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page before we move forward. The intent behind this
I don't
analogy.
think one is more honest than the other. We're both saying that we don't know.
No. In this analogy, I'm saying I know, even though you know I don't, because I'm saying I counted it, and you know I haven't. Right? The right answer is to say I don't know, and I agree with you. The point of this.
You lied to me. You lied to me then.
Yes, absolutely. Now, did I do it on purpose?
Okay.
I could have meant it with all my heart, but it doesn't matter. Because the right answer, you got it exactly, is I don't know. And so we're talking about abiogenesis. I'm gonna pull a line from who's our favorite Australian? You know, were you there?
I don't know. It was Ray Comfort, but it might be the new guy. But you're.
Oh yeah, he said it too, huh? That I talked to on Thursday. Yeah, were you there, Jeff? No, you weren't there. Was I there? No, I wasn't there. Are we doing our best to kind of understand and learn about it? Absolutely. But I think that we should follow the evidence where it leads. If we're going to be intellectually honest about it, but to say it has to be X, well, you're telling me how many gumballs are in the jar, and I know you haven't counted. And so why am I going to believe you? And why does it have to be one or the other? Can it be something I didn't even know? Possibly. But I don't know, and that's the right answer.
Well, I'm trusting in someone who knows.
Okay, who are you trusting? Can you introduce me?
The Creator.
Can you introduce me?
There's life.
Can you introduce me?
Eternal life.
Yes,
the Creator.
No. Can you put them on the phone?
Can I put him on the phone?
Yes, them. I see no need for genitals at this point. But yes.
I'm his ambassador.
You're his ambassador. You're the ambassador of a person that you trust. But if you trust them, couldn't they just tell me themselves?
They have.
Oh, they have. So you're assuming. So why do you even call?
Why do I even call? Because I love you, man, and I love V.
Yeah, but
Jeff, I love my Creator.
Jeff?
Yes, sir.
If you gave a crap, then why are you coming in assuming that we know a thing when that's just not the case? You don't get to put that in us. That's not okay. When people call in, you probably hear we ask people what they define, how they think about it, because we want to meet them where they're at. But if you're saying, oh, no, your God put in our hearts that we know that they're there, then you've denied us that same measure of respect. And
I respect you very much. That's why I'm reaching out to you.
Then please don't say that again. Let's continue.
Don't say what?
Don't say your God already made himself known to us. Right? We're two ex-Christians.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that is just, it's disrespectful. And I know that you don't want to be that way because you seem like a sweet guy. So just don't do that one. Can you put your God on the phone?
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Okay,
I love
cool.
you guys.
Awesome.
I sincerely mean that.
I sincerely believe you. Jeff, can you put your God on the phone?
Can I put my God on the phone?
Well, you're saying you believed, you listened to somebody, so I just assumed that you meant they talked to you, and if they talked to you, they have to be somewhere around. But if not, then you're using very flowery language to say that you were convinced by a book.
Eric, so you're saying to me, in order for you to believe what I'm telling you right now, you need to hear God call you on the phone.
Well, in order for me to understand what you're saying, I need to be given a description that actually is corresponding to reality. You didn't talk to God, or at least that God didn't respond
reality
to you.
Reality itself
was farted out by me billions of years ago. Don't you agree?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you about to make a broad brush statement without any actual? I thought that's what we were.
No, I was just saying. Sorry. No, I'm talking about reality, life, like everybody that's living right now. We're breathing, we're interacting, we're talking. Life as we experience it is the experience of God himself.
See, you know what? When you repeat me back to me, it just feels stale. But that's okay. Jeff, I'm really glad you called in. We've got to finish up. But Jeff, you still there?
Yeah.
I believe you that you care about us. And I believe you.
I know.
That you don't want to be disrespectful.
I know you do. I know you do, Eric.
Take care of yourself, man. And I hope to hear from you again.
I'm going to call you back. I'm calling you guys back, you know.
I know.
I'm going to call you back.
I know.
All right, V. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Have a nice night.